Hey everybody, so today I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna be creative. I saw this picture on Facebook a while back, maybe Instagram. I thought, damn, that's a really cool lamp, and I also thought I can probably make that. So what I did was I jumped on Amazon and I started ordering some parts. I ordered some hardware. I ordered the main component to this lamp. Normally these hang upside down, like the power plant I work in, we have these hanging up upside down like that, so perfectly fit this look that we're looking for. So I've got a switch here with 120 volt. That's left over from the garage lighting video. It came with a whole bunch of extra electrical pieces for plugging and extending and whatnot. So I'm going to be using elbows like I showed you just a minute ago. These are bell reducers, I think is what they're called. So it's got all these pieces are 1/2 inch, but this is 1/2 inch inlet to 3/4 outlet. Oh yeah, it even says it right here on the side. 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch. Okay, I'll be using some T's. This piece is what I'll be using to mount it to whatever base I create for it. I've had some of these left over forever. They're all rusty, as you can see, but that's okay. It won't be visible in the end product. And this is just all thread pipe in 3 different sizes. And all of this stuff you can get on Amazon. Just type in decorative pipe and it brings up all this stuff. So this is a 45, a 8-inch piece of pipe with threaded ends. And finally, these are female inlet to male outlet. They're both 1/2 inch. So, oh, and these are little E12 or T12 light bulb fixtures. That is what we'll be using to build these. That being said, let's just get started. Alright, so what we got going on here is taking apart the main light fixture for this, and I unscrewed the top, separating the bottom from the light socket. Then I took out the 4 plugs around the outside, because how else are you going to put the rocket's legs in? The rocket's engines, if you will. Look at them engines. Those will decimate all once we put about $20,000 into them if we have to overnight parts from Japan. Yeah, buddy. Then I screw in the 1-inch all-thread pipe. Just ask your mom about that one, she'll verify. Oh wait, did I say the 1-inch? I meant the 8-inch. Oh. And the bell reducers. So that's the bottom part of the engine, the exhaust, if you will. This is where the turbo manifold ties in. So that's the finished product there. Now we put the light bulb sockets in. What I got was the flicker bulbs. Can't remember if it's E12 or T12, it's something 12. So it's like the mini bulbs, but these ones I got have a flicker effect. Kinda like your mom. I flicker all the time. Ah! Now my rocket lamp here is going to be a little bit different than the one from the picture. The one from the picture only has 4 jets coming out of it. I decided to make my stand, the mount, come out of the center and go off to the left, where the picture, if you notice it, they use one of the 4 outside engines. They use one of those as a leg to hold the thing up. So I changed it up a little bit, but I think it came out cooler. Alright, so what I'm doing here is those things don't have a real way of sitting in there, so I'm hot gluing them in with my black hot glue sticks. Really good for repairs or trying to keep your glue invisible when it's got to be on the surface. So obviously the glue matches the sockets. These things don't get hot, these sockets, so I shouldn't have any problems with them at all, but just in case, you know, I loaded that glue on there. Tried to make it look pretty, but who cares, because nobody's going to be down there looking at it anyway. And if you are, why are you just standing there hugging and shit? Worry about what I'm doing, Eric. Don't worry about what I'm doing, Eric! I was trying to keep the thing off the table so I don't scratch up my table. It worked alright. Enough hot glue much? But dang, that look good, don't it? That's because I made it right off the top of the dome. Well, not really. Right off the top of Facebook's dome. But I changed it up a little bit, made it my own. Deal with it. I just saw that picture and I was like, yep, I'm making that. I'm gonna make that for show. For show, for sheezy, I'm gonna make that. And then I did. And now it's sitting in the garage doing nothing. Alright, so put the gasket back that sits in between the two pieces. And here I'm just twisting the wires up together for all 6 light sockets and the power wire that's going to go to them. Put that back together and tightened it in place, made sure it was sitting correctly, which is what I'm doing here so many times. Then I put the bottom gasket in, got me an Edison bulb, which I'll show you lit up at the end of this. Put the top back on, screwed it into place, and bam. So now I'm doing a temporary wire up just to test and make sure that the thing turns on. Shit, what if it doesn't turn on? What if it doesn't work? Spoiler alert, it turns on and works just fine. I made it. Ha! The fuck you thinking? But I ain't gonna show you that. I ain't gonna show you that right now. You can see that later. Don't be looking at it. So the only other thing I didn't put in here is I was thinking about covering the arm, the mount, with like cotton balls or something, make it look like smoke, but then I was like, maybe I should try meth too. But then I was like, better not. Duh. It is how it is. Deal with it. My battery died or I would have filmed how I did it, but I'll walk you through what I did. So basically I cut this out and then I sanded it and sanded it, and the sanding took forever. From the bottom side, I drilled a hole for this light switch. Then I drilled a hole from the underside for all the wiring to sit in, and pre-drilled holes for these screws. Then put this up and I'll show you the underside here. This is the underside. So that's the big hole I drilled for the wires to pass through. I drilled a hole from this side for this wire to come in. Then small hole from here to this hole for the wires for that switch to come in here, and then the hole from the top that comes down for the wiring that goes into the actual lights themselves. So that's the whole underside. I'm thinking about getting some feet, maybe put like a foot here, one out on this edge and one on this edge here. I don't know, maybe a fourth one here in the middle. We'll see. For now it's good the way it sits flat. It could use a little more sanding, but all in all it's great. I'm thinking about putting, and if I do this I'll film it, but I'm thinking about putting wireless chargers in there for phone chargers. So when you flip it up top here, you could just set your phone right here or right here and it would charge. Let's turn her on. What do you think? Not too shabba-dabby. Dang, that looks good. I'm freaking Elon Musk in this. I'm over here making SpaceX for your desk. Just call me J-Lon Musk. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Such a cool Edison bulb. But there you go. Drop a like or a comment below, become a subscriber, and share with your friends if you don't mind. Appreciate it. Talk to you next time.